September 9th, we went to Darwin, Australia to train with the Australian Army. We were following a convoy, a dust cloud cleared, and we hit a vehicle head on. I flew through the windshield, ended up getting 28 staples in my head. I'm laying in the hospital, and the day I get out, our attacks happened, and the commanding officer called me up and said, if you want out of the deployment, you can go back. And I said, oh no. My name is Tony Clark, and I am a Marine veteran. 2001 is when we flew into Camp Rhino, Afghanistan. I feel real privileged to be one of the first Marines to step foot in Afghanistan after 9/11. I saw some things over there. I know that there's guys and gals that saw 10 times worse than I saw. You have to deal with that the rest of your life. Fast forward a few years, and I'm doing ultramarathons. And I had been running ultramarathons for 3 years up to that point. It dawned on me one day that I was being 100% totally selfish. I needed to take the selfishness out of it and use the talent I was given in order to help others. We had hundreds of thousands of men and women who had PTSD, who couldn't function anymore, and they get thrown into society. It takes some special attention and some special advocacy. If I can be a small part of being that voice, then it's a win-win for me. The Badwater Ultramarathon's a little different than others. 100 runners from around the world get in every year. The actual race is 135 straight miles from the basin up to the portal of Mount Whitney. The last 13 miles are all uphill. And at this point, you've done 122 miles across the desert. And now you have a half marathon up a mountain. After I found out I got into Badwater, I contacted a friend of mine. He told me that I needed to get as much time as I could in the heat. Out in Death Valley, it gets up to anywhere from 125 to 130 degrees on average on race day. I just came up with this idea that I'd build an 8x8 heat box out in our garage. I needed some more intense heat on my body. I stuck the heat lamps 2 or 3 feet above me. It basically beats down on me the whole time I'm running and training. It's a take your breath away, nostril burning, eyes watering heat the whole time. I try to zone out the best I can, and I think that's why in a lot of the distance running I've been successful in it, because I just kind of have a gift to zone out and go somewhere else. You get into it and you just kind of find a rhythm. I'll never do another ultramarathon again in my life and not do it for some cause. Each one is for a different veterans fundraiser, and I just keep all that stuff in the back of my mind. And my wife reminds me when I'm out there of why I'm doing it. She's essential. Anytime I get down and why am I doing this? Why am I beating myself up? She's like, there's 100,000 veterans out there with no legs who wish they could walk this. You got selected to come out here and do this and represent them. And she'll tell me point blank, quitting is not an option. A mile or two later, I'd forget about what was going through my head and I'd be moving again. And it happens multiple times over distances like that. I have all this support behind me out doing these races. I'm able to do them for a great cause and to help out veterans. I have nothing to complain about. I run for veterans and veterans organizations that help veterans. I don't run for myself. I run for others.